Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is very special as I'll be going over what happened down in Carmarthen at AntCon. Before I start the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to the AntCon team and all of the staff that helped down at AntCon. It was truly an amazing event and I can't wait to see everyone again at AntCon 2024. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Unlike last year, we ended up leaving the day before AntCon and caught the train after school down to Carmarthen. We booked a room in the Drover's Arms and we had a lovely bedroom view. The room itself wasn't that bad and had a bed for me and my dad. The hotel that most people were staying at was the Boar's Head, same as last year. After we checked in, we made our way down to Wetherspoons. Here I got to meet all of the people that I'd been talking to for a while online. It was great to see everyone the day before and catch up on all the things before the event. I had a nice meal down at Spoons and meeting everyone was brilliant. And just like that, it was the morning of AntCon. I made sure to wear my AntCon founder shirt, which I got from Rich the night before. I was also lucky enough to be one of the first people there, so we didn't have to queue for that long. Because I was a founding member, I was also allowed 15-minute early access, so I was able to enter at 9:15, unlike the newbies, which entered at 9:30. But staff and concierge members were allowed to enter as early as 9 o'clock. PJ was also there in his dashing ant costume, and the Antantics van sat proudly outside the shop. A few things had changed since AntCon 2022, like there being more space and it being a bit more organised. Last year, different ants were on sale at different times, but this year all ants were on sale from a certain point onward. There were also a lot of different speakers and YouTubers present at the event, and we had a very organised timetable that Rich had kindly planned out for us. There was lots of activities to do throughout the day as well, to make sure that everyone was entertained. This year, everyone was split into 4 groups to make events more organised. The groups would only affect certain events like speakers or the scape-off and wouldn't actually affect you being able to hang out with your friends during AntCon. As soon as we entered, we grabbed our swag bags and headed to the courtyard where we sat down and started taking a look at the different things we got. The first thing on the agenda was the EA and Hollifer talk room. I was accompanied by my good friends Ewan and Richard, and Marvin and Sam, who I'd been talking to for a while online. Also there was my really good friend Oscar, who I'd known for quite a while and was very eager to meet up with. Other people I was really happy to meet included Liam, Stein, Jake, Hollifer, EA, Callum, Paul, Hood, Sadie, and everyone else who I'd been talking to for a while. One of the highlights of the event was the Wakushi Gen 4 launch. Sid had loads of Gen 4 setups on display in one of the escape rooms that had been converted into the Gen 4 launch room. Sid had loads of colonies moving in to the new nests and had loads of naturalistic outworlds on display with various colonies inside.
There's
a harp queen in the outworld. The queen has just come out.
Where?
In there. The queen's literally just come out.
Something. I didn't even know what.
Yeah, you'd think the shortest stick was the losing stick.
You're gonna have 6 queens. By the way.
Oscar, get out the way.
No parts.
Along with the Gen 4 launch, some people had also brought their own colonies in to compete in the colony contest. There were Jake's Tetramorium bicarinatum, Ryan's Camponotus maculatus in a lovely naturalistic setup, Sadie and Jazz's Chromatogaster scutellaris, and Paul's rubra. Of course, Antantics had some of their own colonies for display as well, like their infamous Camponotus singularis. They also had their Iridium exproprius, or meat ants, in this lovely setup connected to a large glass outworld. The nests were both connected via tubing onto a wall, and they're full of brood. As you see in the next clip here, the queen is absolutely surrounded by eggs. This species is known to grow very quickly, but this is just absolutely ridiculous. Another spectacle was the Polyrachus dives tank, a massive naturalistic setup with loads of other invertebrates in it, like this giant millipede.
No, man.
Former dairy cow. And of course, you can't forget about the Caribera diversa colony. This colony is absolutely huge and responds so well to food. They were trailing and swarming everywhere with mages all over the outworld. This colony is just absolutely incredible.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Less sweaty now, you're not in your suit.
Upstairs was the Sugar Snaps factory, controlled by Sadie, where you could make your own custom Sugar Snaps flavours and name them yourself. Finally, 12 o'clock rolled around and all the colonies were on display. This year, all colonies were on sale at the same time, and they had one colony of each species on display, so you could choose which species you'd want. They also had their own tags, which showed you what species it was and how much a colony would cost. I got quite a few colonies myself whilst I was there, but I'll share those with you at the end of the video. Sid was also selling Wakushi products in the same room to make it a bit easier.
Nice.
Oh, good for
Oh, we got 3 brothers. How many we got? 1, 2, and thank you. That's a certificate. You can go.
After we'd bought what we wanted, we went over to the Scape-Off, which was a bit different than last year. Instead of having 3 people against each other, there were 3 teams of 2 that had to work together to make the best terrarium. The best terrarium would be voted by the audience.
We're so early on in the day still.
Stein's team ended up winning with 100% unbiased votes from the audience. There were some things that I did miss, such as the VR room or the talk shows, but overall I had an absolutely fantastic time. As the end of the event drew closer and closer, we all headed up to the relaxation room to take a look at all the goodies that we got during AntCon. It's safe to say that we got quite a few things. Just like that, the event was over. I said goodbye to everyone and headed back to Cardiff. This is everything that I got at AntCon, and I think it's safe to say that I got my money's worth. I wasted no time at all and moved all of the colonies into their new homes. Here you can see my giant Camponotus camelinus queen moving into the new nest. This colony is absolutely incredible and they're absolutely massive. There are around 16 workers and I have a decent amount of brood. Here I'm moving them into a Wakushi cork nest. Here we can see the colony all settled in their new home. And if we look at some macro of the queen, you can see that they're basically just singularis, but black. They're very, very beautiful and the queen is absolutely ginormous. Here are my Camponotus discolor, a colony that you're probably quite familiar with on the channel already. I've moved them into a new nest and as you can see, they're loving it. They're already very active and they come out to the outworld instantly as soon as they place down food. Next up is my new colony of Odontomachus ruxosus, or trapjaw ants. These girls are insane and they used to be in an EA medium nest until I moved them into this small white-tongue nest as they preferred the smaller space. They have a small amount of brood and are very active and hunt with aggression. I love the fact that they have a snapping jaw and they just look absolutely stunning. Next up is a very special queen that I got from my good friend Stein. This is a Colobopsis leonardi queen and it's a species I've wanted to keep for so long. The queen is absolutely stunning and has a flat head hence the name, the doorkeeper ant. Queen currently has 6 eggs and she's connected to a test tube pod as she's semi-claustral. She'll occasionally come out and forage and drink some sugar water and eat some of the protein that I've left her. Here are my Aphenogasta gayi, which are around 50 to 100 workers. They're decent size, and as you can see here, they're not very happy since I dumped them into an outworld. Later on, they ended up moving into the EA Whitong nest that I previously had my trapdoors in. They were in a Venus, but I assumed they'd prefer the Whitong nest better, so I moved them into here. Next up is what I got for my mystery species, being a 2-queen Camponotus nicobarensis. They are actually stunning, and they have quite a lot of brood, so expect workers in a few weeks. Last but certainly not least is my 2-queen Carabera diversa colony. This colony is absolutely incredible, and right before AntCon, me, Oscar and a bunch of other people organised a challenge called the Carabera diversa challenge, where we'd all get Carabera diversa and see who can keep them the best. This colony is absolutely incredible, and they're already so active, and I can't wait to see them grow even further. The colony is doing quite well and has a nice big pile of eggs along with one little media. The queens are absolute behemoths and they're absolutely stunning. But with that, we've reached the end of this video. Again, I'd like to say an enormous thank you to Rich, Sam and Matt and all of the other staff members who helped out at AntCon. I had an absolutely incredible time and I can't wait to see everyone again in AntCon 2024. Meeting everyone was an experience that I'll never forget. I can't wait to see everyone's faces again. Everyone there was so friendly and welcoming, and it was great to be there to be able to talk about ants and see all the amazing things they had.